Hello guys, in today's video we're going to learn how to install Git on our machine and how to use it to store your project as an engineer. When you talk about GitHub, we're talking about version control. Version control allows you to track changes made to your file over time, and with version control you can review, revert, branch out into a new development phase of your project or your code. Git is one of the most popular version control system we have. The three options we have in Git is GitHub, GitLab. This is GitLab. This is their logo. This is GitLab, and we have Bitbucket. But GitHub is the most popular of them all. GitHub is cloud-based storage, and it allows you to track your code version, create and merge branches, collaborate with other developers, deliver clients projects. Most importantly, it acts as a backup for your code in case your hard disk crashes or your computer has an issue. You can use this GitHub as a storage. So to sign up for an account, if you have an account already, you click on sign in, and if you don't, you click on sign up. So they'll ask you for this. Like, it's a very simple prompt. You put your email, put your email here. You just follow the prompt. The prompt. I don't think I should do this here because I believe you're able to follow the prompt. Put your password, you continue and follow the step. They'll ask for your email verification. You do all that. So let's say we have done all that. Then the next step is to sign into your account. So you put your username and your password. Then you sign in. They'll ask to send a code to your if you set up your two-factor authorization, will ask for the code to sign in. So yeah, the code I was given is 6517. This is to make your account more secure. So the next thing, this is your account, right? This is how your dashboard will look like after you've created the account. To create a new repository, you click here to create a new repository, but we'll come back to this place. What we really want to do is to push our code from our machine to GitHub, right, which has been a problem for some developers. And to do that, you need to configure your laptop or your local machine to work with Git. This is how you do that. First of all, you are going to download Git Bash. You go to Git website. I'll put these links in the description box. You go to Git website, then you download for your machine. If you're using a MacBook, use this, Linux or Windows. Then after you've downloaded it, you can click from here because they already know your machine. If you're using a Windows, it's going to show here, or using a Mac or anyone. So when you click on download, it's going to show you the steps to install it. In Windows, you just click on it, it will download the exe file for you in your machine. So you go and install it. But for MacBook, this is what I should do. So I've done all this step. I've installed Git on my machine. After you've installed Git, the next thing to do is you open up your terminal. You do command, right? Go and search for command in Windows, or you search for your command on Mac. Then you write Git version. This will give you your Git version. This confirms that it has been installed. If you're not able to see, maybe they tell you not found, Git command not found. This means that you did successfully install your Git in your machine. So if you install the Git with normal prompt on how to install on your PC, you will get this. Okay, so after you've installed Git, the next thing to do is to set up SSH. This SSH key stuff has been optional, but now GitHub has made it a necessity before you can push your code from your machine to GitHub. So let's do that. Let's set up our SSH. You click on adding a new, I'll put this link in the description box for you also. So based on your system, if you're using a Windows or a Mac or a Linux, you will see the step to follow. So this SSH is an authorization. Is you authorizing GitHub to directly send files to your computer or send from your computer to GitHub. So we'll do that by connecting SSH. So here you can choose your operating system. If you're using a Mac, choose a Mac from here, a Linux or a Windows. So let's go with Windows. To generate a key, you open your git bash or any terminal or your command prompt, right? This git bash comes with its own terminal, so you use that, and these are the steps to follow. You copy this and you edit this with the email, your email address, your GitHub email address. You copy this link, then you paste it on your terminal. You copy the first one, you paste it, you copy the second one, you paste it in the terminal, the third step and the fourth step. After you've done all those steps, the next thing you do is to go to your GitHub, click on, so when you're done, it's going to generate for you a key. It will generate a key for you, which you, that last step, the clip step. So when you run this step, you're going to have a code that you are going to paste here. So when you go back to GitHub, you go to your, the top right here, you will see your, like a profile. If you have a profile picture, you see here, so this is your profile. Then you scroll down to settings. When you get to settings, then you go to SSH and GPG keys. Then at this place, you're going to click on new SSH. So that stuff you copied, this is what it starts with. You start with one of this RSA, then numbers, like different alphanumeric characters. Okay, so when you're done with this, you can give it a title. Maybe if your PC, right? Naomi's PC. Okay, so give it a name that can help you remember what it is about. Then when you're done with that, now click add. Yeah, so now it didn't work because that key is invalid, because he knows how the key format is. So if you didn't get the key format, it's not going to work. Okay, so after you've added it like this, the next step is for you to create a GitHub repository. I've added mine, so I don't have a problem with that. So the next thing is to create a repo. Then you go to repository, new repository, then you give it a name. Let's name this my website, right? My website. You can give it a description, and you will choose either you want your project to be public or private. You can choose any of this, but if you want, maybe we are doing it for a client, is a, or your personal project that you don't want people to have access to the code, you choose private. But if you want, maybe you're building up a portfolio and you want, if recruiters check on your GitHub and they're saying projects you've done, you click on public. Then you can add a readme if you want to, but most times for now I don't leave all this unless I want to write more about the project. You cannot add a readme to write about the project. Then you create your repository. So GitHub gives you the step to follow. This first step here initializes your repository. Then git adds the code. It stages your code for it to be deployed. Then we have the commit, like you describing what that push you're trying to do is about, what that phase is about. For instance, if you added a new button, you can write add a new button there. Or if you're just creating a repository, you can describe the project. Okay, this project is about so and so. You have to give something descriptive about the project. Okay, then this step is you committing or sending it across to GitHub. Then here you can create a branch, but here they want you to create the main branch. This is the most important step here. You have to add the remote origin. This link is what connects, like this one connects that your code base and GitHub. So if you not add the origin, it doesn't recognize this, like there's no link, it doesn't recognize this repository on your PC. Okay, so you have to do this step, then you now push to this origin. So I'm going to show you how I'll do this. I'll show you how to do it. I'll also show you how to send an updated code. Okay, so first things first, we'll go to our, so here's a sample project I created, just something very simple. I have two files here, HTML and CSS. So this is the content here, just something very simple. Okay, so I want to push this now to GitHub. So what you will do first, you go to your terminal, click on terminal here, or I like using the shortcut. Then you click here, new terminal, or you just go towards the end of your page, then you drag it up. So this is our terminal, okay? So here you run that code you were given. First one there says echo. This echo is you are echoing this to this, meaning you are putting this content into your readme file. But remember, we didn't create a readme file, so we can skip this step. So the next one is to do git init. So you do git init. This git init initializes a new repository, which you can see here, initializes an empty repository. So the next step is to add your files, okay? This is to add your files. So if you're adding, if you want to add just the HTML, you can now do git add index.html. If you do it like this, you will not add the CSS, right? If you have a lot of files and you want to add all the files, like everything, we have a shortcut for that, because you can't start doing everything one by one like this. So you can do it like, if just 2 files, you can do it like this. It's going to work. But imagine we have 10 files. Don't start doing it like this. So what you do, you use period, git add period. This period means all. So this is git add all, okay? Then you press enter. So that line has been finished. The next one is commit, right? You commit and you give it a message. Git commit message flag. I call it with message. Git commit with message, and you give it your message. Let's say for instance, this is the one of you can write create dot campus app or website. Let's say dot campus website. So it don't have to be too long, but neither should be too short. Or something short and descriptive of your project, or what you of the changes you just made, okay? You click enter. Here it has staged your file. It has staged it for you to push. So now you add now, this is the master branch. You can see that big M there. This shows the master branch. So you are going to, some of these I like coming here to copy it, so I will not be having to type it. So this adds the master branch, and you come and copy this line. Very important. So it will be exactly the way it should be, okay? Then you copy this line, then you paste it. We've added the origin. Then you push to that branch you created, main. If you want to name it on something else, you can change this name if you want to, but most times we leave the main branch as main, okay? Then we can now branch out later. Then you push to origin, and it's going to write like this. So now if you go back to your page and refresh it, you can see that's created the index, and this is the index, this is the CSS, this is the HTML, and this is CSS. So let's add something else to this file. Let's add a div or something, or a button to this code, and we'll try and push it here, okay? So let's go to our code and add, let's say, a button, right? We can add both on that paragraph. Click this button below. To join us. So you save your changes. If you want, you can check it on the website we created. Oh, I made a mistake here. Let me fix it. Click this button to join. Yeah. So now want to push this new change we made to this file to our GitHub account, right? So what you do now, you will not initialize again. Remember that first time we did git initialize, meaning you're initializing a new repo, but you won't do that again. So now what we're going to start with is the git add. Okay, git add. You can either add on, or just add that file that you made changes to, which is just, we didn't touch the other one. So you can do git add index.html, the one that will make changes to, right? So this is it. Then you click enter. So you do git commit with message, that's dash message, in quotes you put it. You can write adds a join us button, something very simple, but just describe what you just did. Okay, then look at it. Then at this point, remember, at this point we did git remote, but because we have done that step, what we're going to do now, we're going to do git push. After you write your commit message, the next thing is to push. He already has the origin, we're not pushing to a different branch, it's still our main branch. So you just run git push, it's going to push. Now if you go back to your browser and you refresh your page, you can see the new changes has been added to just that index that we did. Look at the button that we added and the paragraph. So this is how you can save or have a backup of your code on GitHub.